Hi guys, this is Brandie Mathison Klein with the Mathison Klein Group at Keller Williams Realty, and today we have the honor of talking with attorney Merideth Nagel with Merideth Nagel PA, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about probates today. So Merideth, thank you so much again for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me, are there any misconceptions that you see a lot of times regarding probate?
Yes, unfortunately there are a lot. One thing that really is concerning when I see it, because sometimes I think people have been given bad advice. They have a power of attorney in hand that maybe their husband or whoever has passed away gave them while that person was still alive.
Okay.
But it ceases to be in effect the moment that person dies. So you can't do anything with a power of attorney. You can't move around bank accounts. You certainly can't sell real property. And so a lot of people have that misconception. Another misconception I see is that people think that because they have a will, and the will says in it, like right here, this belongs to me, and they can point to it and they show that it's properly notarized and everything, it's still not good enough. Unfortunately, it has to go through that probate process, which we try to avoid as much as we can, but that's a situation where you have to go to probate.
Okay, wonderful. And so by knowing those misconceptions, what would be then some ways that somebody can avoid a probate situation?
Right, so what we try to do with our clients is when we're working out an estate plan for them, so when we're writing the will, at that time, we try to change the title on all their properties so that when they pass away, a probate won't be required.
Okay.
So we can do that in two ways. We can do that with a Ladybird deed or a trust.
Okay.
So a Ladybird deed is what we call an enhanced life estate deed. It's called a Ladybird deed because it was used to great effect by Ladybird Johnson after President Johnson passed away, and then she passed away. So what it does is it allows the property owner who's alive, while they're alive, to have complete control over their property. They can sell it without anybody's permission. They can get a mortgage on it. They can do anything that they want. But as soon as they die, it immediately goes to the people that they've left it to in the deed. So typically it's to children or a spouse or friends.
Okay.
The trust works in a way that if the property is put in the trust, then a probate isn't required. Whoever is the successor trustee, and usually it's the natural heir, like again, the wife or a child, they can just submit a certificate of trust that we prepare for them and file the death certificate, and then they can get on down the road and immediately sell the property.
Okay,
yes.
Well that sounds pretty easy.
It is. So we try to, every time we meet with folks about estate planning, we like to, write a good will and make sure all their wishes are taken care of, but it's better if we can take care of the titling ahead of time.
So just to clarify, somebody could have a Ladybird deed and not necessarily have a trust.
That is correct.
Is that right?
The two things are totally separate things.
Okay.
So sometimes if all they have, for example, is just one piece of property and they don't have a complicated plan, they just want it to go to their children, the Ladybird deed would generally be their best bet.
Okay.
If they have several children or want to be able to somehow control how the money is used after the property is sold, then the trust would be the best bet. So we would talk with them when they came into the office and help them determine based on their situation which one is better.
Which one is going to be the best situation for them.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for clearing up some of those misconceptions. I know that in our line of work, we see that on a pretty regular basis, more regular than I would like to see. And so being able to provide some valuable information is wonderful. And if somebody wanted to either set up a Ladybird deed or set up a trust, they could come in and talk with you guys and you guys would take care of that for them.
Yes, they can call me. You guys can call me and we will meet with you for free to help you figure out what is the best solution in your particular situation. We're always going to try to do what's easiest and most cost effective for the client. So they can come see us for free and just mention Brandie's name and I'll be glad to meet with you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We so greatly value and appreciate it. And guys, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to join us next time. Once again, this is Brandie Mathison Klein and Merideth Nagel, and we look forward to talking with you next time.